Start by understanding what micromanagement really means. Micromanagement is when a manager closely observes or controls the work of their employees or team members, often to an excessive degree. Instead of empowering their team, micromanagers tend to get involved in every tiny detail, making it hard for others to work independently. This behavior can lead to frustration, decreased morale, and even lower productivity. But how do you know if you're actually micromanaged? In this video, we'll explore 5 clear signs and, most importantly, how you can break free from this habit for a healthier work environment. First sign of micromanagement is a reluctance to delegate tasks. If you find yourself holding on to every project or insisting on doing things yourself, you might be micromanaging. This often comes from a fear that others won't meet your standards or a belief that only you can do the job right. However, this approach can overwhelm you and prevent your team from growing. Delegation is essential for building trust and allowing others to develop their skills. Recognizing this tendency is the first step toward change. Another common sign is constantly checking in on your team's progress. You frequently ask for updates or want to know every detail of what's happening. While staying informed is important, overdoing it can signal a lack of trust. Your team may feel smothered or anxious, worried they're being watched all the time. This can stifle creativity and slow down progress. It's important to strike a balance between being supportive and giving your team the space they need to succeed. If you find yourself correcting every small mistake or insisting on your way for even minor details, this is a classic sign of micromanagement. While attention to detail is valuable, overcorrecting can make your team feel undervalued and hesitant to take initiative. It's important to differentiate between critical errors and minor differences in style. Allowing some flexibility helps your team learn and grow, and it also frees up your time for more important leadership tasks. Micromanagers often struggle to give their team autonomy. If you rarely let your team make decisions or solve problems on their own, you might be limiting their growth. This lack of independence can lead to disengagement and a lack of motivation. Teams thrive when they feel trusted and empowered to take ownership of their work. Encouraging autonomy not only boosts morale, but also leads to better results in the long run. Fifth sign is being overly involved in your team's tasks. If you find yourself jumping into every project, offering unsolicited advice, or taking over assignments, you may be micromanaging. This behavior can make your team feel like you don't trust their abilities. It's important to step back and let your team handle their responsibilities. Your role as a leader is to guide and support, not to do everything yourself. You might wonder why some managers fall into the trap of micromanaging. Often it stems from a desire for perfection, fear of failure, or a lack of confidence in the team. Sometimes it's simply a habit formed from past experiences. Understanding the root cause of micromanagement is crucial for making lasting changes. By reflecting on your motivations, you can start to shift your mindset toward more effective leadership. Micromanagement doesn't just affect the manager, it impacts the entire team. When employees feel micromanaged, they may become disengaged, stressed, or even resentful. Over time, this can lead to higher turnover and lower productivity. Teams need trust and autonomy to thrive. By recognizing the negative effects of micromanagement, you can see why it's so important to change these habits for the benefit of everyone. First step to overcoming micromanagement is self-reflection. Take time to honestly assess your management style. Are you holding on to tasks unnecessarily? Do you trust your team to deliver results? By identifying your own patterns, you can begin to make conscious changes. Self-awareness is the foundation for personal growth and better leadership. Setting clear expectations is key to reducing micromanagement. When your team knows exactly what's expected, they can work more independently. Define goals, deadlines, and quality standards up front. This clarity helps everyone stay aligned and reduces the need for constant check-ins. Trust your team to meet these expectations and step in only when necessary. Delegation is a skill that every good leader must develop. Start by assigning tasks that match your team members' strengths and interests. Give them the authority to make decisions and solve problems. Resist the urge to step in unless absolutely necessary. Over time, you'll build trust and see your team's confidence grow. Instead of monitoring every step, shift your focus to outcomes. What matters most is the result, not how every detail is handled. Give your team the freedom to choose their methods as long as they meet the agreed-upon goals. This approach encourages innovation and helps your team feel more invested in their work. Feedback is essential for growth, but it should be constructive and supportive. Instead of pointing out every mistake, focus on what your team did well and where they can improve. Create an environment where feedback is a tool for learning, not criticism. This helps your team feel valued and motivated to do their best. Trust is the foundation of any successful team. Show your team that you believe in their abilities by giving them space to work and make decisions. Trust is built over time through consistent actions and open communication. When your team feels trusted, they're more likely to take initiative and deliver great results. Encouraging autonomy means letting your team make decisions and solve problems on their own. Provide guidance when needed, but avoid taking over. This not only boosts confidence but also helps your team develop important skills. Over time, you'll see your team become more proactive and self-sufficient. Mistakes are a natural part of learning and growth. Instead of stepping in to prevent every error, allow your team to learn from their experiences. When mistakes happen, use them as opportunities for discussion and improvement. This approach fosters resilience and continuous development. Open communication is key to reducing micromanagement. Encourage your team to share their ideas, concerns, and progress. Listen actively and provide support when needed. When everyone feels heard, it's easier to build trust and collaboration. Make communication a two-way street for the best results. Don't forget to celebrate your team's successes, big or small. Recognizing achievements boosts morale and reinforces positive behaviors. Take time to acknowledge hard work and progress. This not only motivates your team but also strengthens your relationship as a leader. As a leader, it's important to seek feedback from your team as well. Ask how you can support them better and be open to suggestions. This shows humility and a willingness to grow. When your team sees you value their input, they're more likely to engage and contribute their best. Overcoming micromanagement is an ongoing process. Regularly review your management style and look for areas to improve. Stay open to learning and adapting as your team grows. Continuous improvement helps you become a more effective leader and creates a positive environment for everyone. In summary, recognizing the signs of micromanagement is the first step toward becoming a better leader. By trusting your team, delegating effectively, and focusing on growth, you can create a more positive and productive work environment. Remember, great leaders inspire and empower. They don't control every detail. Start making these changes today and watch your team thrive.